Yo, what is up? I am here to talk about more Preacher Season 3 stuff. So, thank you for tuning into this video. Sorry, I'm recording in my living room instead of my actual studio setup. So let me just get things adjusted. I probably should have did this first, but I am pretty stupid sometimes. But it seems like the mic levels are pretty good, and they shouldn't be as bad as my last few videos or my starting few videos. So I'm going to go over a post from October on AMC, and it was actually a tweet. I'll have the picture. You're going to probably see the picture right now up on the actual screen, so that's there for you. It still seems like my mic levels are pretty bad. No, they're not too bad. Anyway, so let me just read what AMC put. First of all, the post from Seth Rogen is a picture that I'll go in depth in after I read this post from AMC. But yeah, basically he says season 3 exclamation points and then hashtag preacher. Pretty basic, if you ask me. So there's that. What the hell? So let's read into here the actual post from AMC. So here we go. Full details about the third season are still to come, but executive producer and showrunner Sam Catlin offered some teases following season 2's cliffhanger finale, particularly as it relates to the status of Jesse and Cassidy's friendship in the wake of Tulip's death. Spoilers, obviously, if you haven't watched all of season 2, my bad for being late on the spoiler, but come on, man, you should know this by now. So if season 2 asked, can this group of friends stick together and be on this quest? Then the answer is no. Hey, can't. He says, what's going to happen now that all the rage and bitterness is out in the open? The band's breaking up in a really dangerous way. And then they go on to talk about just like a synopsis of the show. But anyway, so I wanted to read this, but obviously I want to get my intro video out there, get my channel a little bit started with a few videos. But either way, so let's talk about this. So basically, let's jump. No, we'll wait on the picture. You guys are obviously looking at the picture. But basically, yeah, I feel like this is just a straight curveball by Sam there, or Sam Catlin. I don't want to say Caitlin because I know that's not right. It's got to be Catlin. But yeah, I think that's just a curveball for people that don't, have never read the comic or picked up the comic or know the story that well. But I feel like that's just a curveball. But it would make kind of sense though, and here's why. I'm going to tell you why. Basically, where they're at in the comics right now, a lot of shit is different. I'm not going to lie. A lot of stuff is different from where they're at in the comics. That's very clear. However, Cassidy isn't in this. Like he's not in this part. He is in the story before this part, before they go to Angelville. But, before we see the Longell family. But for some reason, they put him in here, which it kind of makes sense because he ended up killing his kid. So it's kind of like, well, where do we go with season 3 without that? Spoilers from the comic, the death scene of Tulip is very different. We get to know everything about the Longell family before she is executed by, I think it's, why am I drawing a blank on his name? I don't know why I keep drawing blanks on people's names. It's been a long day. However, one of the sons, a.k.a. Jesse's cousins, which I can't wait to see who's going to play them. However, in this picture, and this is what's really, really freaking strange to me, this picture had to be a definite season. This picture had to be, taken in season 2. Just because of the fact that, if you look at it, closely, it looks like all the same outfits as, I mean, obviously, the preacher garb, obviously, on Jesse, that's just kind of a standard. And Cassidy, I don't remember seeing that outfit on him, but I swear I could remember Tulip wearing the same shit in one of the later scenes. Now, if I zoom up here and enhance the background, the guy or woman, it's hard to tell who the hell that is taking a shot in the background table there. I've been trying to figure that out for a while now. Now, this guy on the piano, even though you get to see half of his face, but, I mean, that guy doesn't even look familiar at all. Like, those two characters don't. We got the Christmas lights, the classic jazz, or no, not classic, Chicago jazz, which would be interesting, even though they already are down south in New Orleans with the heart of the jazz, so that wouldn't make sense if they went to Chicago. But if they do go to Chicago, which would be pretty damn interesting, because if you haven't read the comics, before this whole scene with Angelville, there's a scene where we meet Cassidy in New York instead of how we meet him in the show. And when we meet him in New York, it's actually a pretty interesting story. There is a killer, and kind of a mystery. I thought it was pretty cool. It's kind of a curveball to like the show, so I could see why they put that shit out there. Like, they didn't include that story in New York, but I mean, that story could easily be done in Chicago. Like, there's no doubt about it. So I could definitely see them filming there, and it would be pretty cool because I live out that way. However, I just don't see that happening, like why they would rehash that unless they're just going to do the total change of scenery, either A, through the mid-season finale, or B, through season 4 maybe, but like it's I mean, it's a decent part of the story, but it's just not that long and that good. Because a lot of what the key components of before they go to Angelville in the comics happened already in New Orleans and then Vegas. But I think it would be pretty dope to see that go to Chicago, even though we know they're filming. But I thought there was a little teaser there, and I kind of like that. Made me interested, other than it, because it says jazz, maybe they threw it in there, but it does say Chicago up there. That's for sure, so that'd be pretty cool. I wonder if that might be speculation, but that would be pretty dope. It looks like they're in kind of like a bar. I like the lighting of it. Kind of gives that preacher like vibe to it. They're kind of creating their own little their own atmosphere, and I think that's pretty dope. But yeah, this is a simple one. There's not much for me to go off here. However, I'm going to start doing the analyzed videos of season 2 for y'all. Kind of go in depth a little bit more. See if we can notice some stuff from the comics, or notice, maybe clues to what's coming up. But yeah, no, I'm pretty set for this season. Obviously, season 3's got to, like I said before, it's got to go off with a bang. It's got to be interesting. We got to get a fan base around this. Like, for instance, obviously this is a brand new channel. I have no subscribers at this point in time. And I searched Preacher Season 3 news on Google. My video that came out a few days ago is the last thing other than this post from October from AMC. I think there was another blog page that I was reading, but I don't know how credible it is before I start going off of it and making videos about what they're saying on it. But I know there's a marathon, I think, going on right now. If you guys want to check that out. If you guys haven't checked out the series, you can check it out there on AMC. They should be doing that marathon or have it on demand. I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. I really like it. Other than that, yeah, this is just a short little video for you guys just to get your Preacher news fix on. I wanted to cover this because this is the only real tangible piece we got. They're like, you know what I mean? Like, even if there was a leak, obviously I really wouldn't want to spoil anything and cover leaks. However, there's just nothing, no news about this. I mean, they should have just, actually no. I think they will be starting filming, I want to say this month, but obviously it's still December, but January, I think they're going to start filming. So hopefully more news comes out about it. We get the plots and stuff like that. Maybe a title of an episode or two, or how many episodes. But I think it's scheduled for a 13-episode run again. That would be cool. Other than that, you could go like and subscribe below. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.